Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope all is well. In today's video, we're going to be talking about yesterday's trade. I took a EURUSD USD trade last week, which was a loser. We're going to be discussing that, and then we're going to be discussing the DXY, the US dollar, and at EC, which is the Euro futures contract. So let's start with the trade that I took last week, which was Euro USD. As I mentioned, uh, in the previous video, there were a lot of things telling us the price should continue to go down. So that's why I took a short last week. So we were in a supply zone. It actually gave us a bearish engulfing. I saw that we broke bullish structure. Saw that we broke bullish structure, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher high. Then break of structure, lower low, lower high, bearish engulfing, and that's where I entered the trade. I entered the trade just before Jerome Powell announced that they were gonna cut interest rates. So that's why it gave us that explosive move and it touched our stop loss. But it is what it is. We continue to look for trades for EURUSD. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna continue to look for shorts on EURUSD. I'm gonna show you guys why in a second. But first, I'm gonna be transparent. Here's the account balance. Yeah, as I mentioned, I only risk 1% on this trade. I usually risk 2, but yeah, on this trade I only risk 1% because I wasn't that sure. So yeah, so negative $60, which is 1% for a 6,000 um account. Funded account. So let's start with DXY. DXY looks really good actually. Still looks really good. We go to the weekly, we're still in that demand zone. We entered. Um, let's look at the daily. We also we're inside this daily demand zone, so we have big brother, small brother coverage. Now, what I see is that here we also have a demand zone, which price could maybe pierce through this zone, touch this zone, and maybe it could continue to go up from here. Who knows? We're not sure yet, but let's look at the fundamentals. Fundamentals are still looking solid. We're still undervalued. I mean, not undervalued. We're under. Uh, retailers are super bearish compared to previous behavior, so that's amazing. If we go to see campus valuation tour no, the tool, not tour. Let's see if we could do something about this. So long-term and short-term valuation, we can see that we're undervalued against the euro. The euro is represented by the yellow line. So we're coming long-term, we're coming undervalued from the euro and interest rates, and the short-term we're currently undervalued against the euro. So that's that's another thing that's another good confluence. Now let's look at seasonality, which is looking amazing also. So look at this. We're approaching the potential low of the US dollar. Look at this. The lows. And here against the 5-year seasonality. Look at this. So we're expecting a rally pretty soon. Pretty soon, I must say. So that's it for the DXY. Obviously, we're looking for bias. And let's look at that. The euro. The euro, we're at a supply zone on the weekly. Also on the daily, we're at a supply zone in this rally, then base, and then we have this explosive drop. Now, if we look at the fundamentals, we can see that the retailers are getting more bullish compared to previous behavior. It can actually get more bullish. If it gets this bullish over here, then we're definitely shorting. But now it's it's pretty bullish compared to this behavior. So it's a good sign that price should continue to go down. So now we're inside the zone, so maybe it's gonna start trickling down to the downside. Who knows? But let's continue to see what other confluences for fundamental aspect is giving us to go short. So the fund managers are giving us a pretty good divergence. We can see we have fund managers doing like this, and then we have price doing the opposite, which is going up. All right, so that's another indicator. Um, and we're currently, if I'm not mistaken, we're currently overvalued against dollar. Not on the weekly, on the daily. Yeah, we're coming from overvalued against the dollar, and we're currently overvalued against interest rates. So that's a very good sign that price should continue to go down. We have several fundamental factors that price are it's that's telling us that price should continue to go down. So that's what we're going to be doing. So now let's look at the currency pairs. Let's look at Euro NCD. All right, so we have this weekly demand zone, and then we have this daily demand zone that which was represented by this rectangle right here. So price, I'm expecting price to go back. I'm not sure if it's gonna give us that deep of a pullback, but if it gives us this pullback right here, yeah, I'm probably gonna short this market. Now, LWSD, which is the main one that the one that I'm literally stalking because it's the perfect trade. Euro is weak. The dollar should be. I mean, the euro should be weak, and the U.S. dollar should be strong. So obviously, we're gonna short this market. Now, for this market, we only have a daily supply zone, which price hasn't really touched. It touched the wider version, not the preferred version. So this week, I'm expecting like a bullish move and maybe uh, gives us like a candle with a large wick. So that's what I'm expecting for this week. If so, I'm expecting a move a little bit higher, but if it breaks this structure right here, this bullish structure, I'm gonna be waiting for the same thing as always. Pullback and bearish engulfing. All right. So USD CHF, looking for buys on the USD. So the same thing. We're currently on a monthly demand zone. We're currently in a weekly demand zone, which is represented by this white, below this white line. All of this is represented by the weekly demand. And then the daily, we have this daily demand zone, which it touched. Now, after it touched, it created another demand zone right here. Price is currently inside that demand zone. So all I'm looking for is exactly what it's drawn in this chart. Break of this structure, this lower high, making it a higher high, higher low, and we entered on the pullback. So that's pretty much it for every single pair that's and then the AUD USD should be the same thing. We're approaching this demand with supply zone. We're already in this supply zone. So I'm expecting what I don't like is this bullish momentum right here. So I'll be very cautious this week because maybe this week it's gonna give us like another strong candle potentially, or maybe it's gonna give us a doji candle and then the week after that is going to give us that bearish move. So same thing. I'm looking for a break of structure, pullback, bearish engulfing. That's pretty much it. So that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comments or shoot me a DM or anything. Have a good one, guys. Happy trading. God bless.